If you're in a bad marriage and you continue, you're telling your child that you can be in a bad marriage, you may not be in love, you all could be hating each other, but continue because everyone around is going to judge you. I genuinely believe in a relationship, one person always loves more than the other person. It's never equal. And I would always be the one who loved more. If I had to tell my children, I would say be the one who gets loved more.
Why do you say so?
So I always felt let down.
At what point do you know that this is the person I want to marry?
If your basic values are the same. For example, you're talking about this guy who's a party animal and you're talking about a girl who wants to be home. Now this is going to be a disaster.
What are the red flags in a relationship?
Respect in a very big way. And somebody trying to completely change you upside down.
What's the third one?
If you're constantly made to believe you're not good enough.
When do you think is the right time to marry?
22-25 की उम्र में शादी करने वाला तो बेवकूफ हो.
Late 20s or mid 30s?
Yeah.
Have you ever struggled in your marriage? Be with someone who's sensitive, who looks into your eyes and understands what's going on in your heart. Be with someone who knows your triggers and know how to comfort you when you feel triggered. Be with someone who prioritizes you. No matter how busy they are, rather than giving excuses, they find ways to be with you. Be with someone who believes in your dreams, believes in your goals, and constantly pushes you to work harder. That's my definition of love. So until you find someone who has a similar definition of love as yours, don't settle out for average people. It's better to be alone than to be with the wrong partner. And our today's guest is someone who has some beautiful wisdom just like this to offer when it comes to love and relationship and treating our partners well. Today we have an actor, Shefali Shah, with us in this episode. We talked about how can we love better and become a better partner. What are the struggles and red flags in marriages and in relationship? What is the right time to marry? This was one of those conversations where you will laugh your heart out because there'll be so many nuggets where you'll feel, wow, I could relate to this. I could relate to this fuck up. I could relate to this mess. I could relate to this good things as well. So share this episode with all your partners and friends and watch it with them because this will give you reason to smile and wisdom to learn from. But before you start this episode, go subscribe Raj Chamani Clips and Raj Chamani Shorts because there we put small clips of this large episode to make you a well-informed and a better person in short amount of time. Also, this whole episode's audio experience is available on Spotify. You can follow us there. One movie where you played a very important role and I loved it. I loved it. That was Dil Dhadakne Do. Okay, I think that was, I don't know why, but I just loved it. I think there was so much depth in that whole कि मैं सोसाइटी के सामने कैसा दिखाना चाहता हूँ versus मैं reality में कौन हूँ.
Yeah.
And there's a scarred married life. It was phenomenal. I think, right? And here was my question. I want your perspective. This happens in reality as well, right? Do you think parents should be very transparent in front of their kids in how their marriage is going on?
Absolutely, because you're setting an example for your children. So if you're in a bad marriage and you continue, you're telling your child that you can be in a bad marriage, you may not be in love, you all could be hating each other, but continue because because everyone around is going to judge you.
So you think that is very bad?
Absolutely.
But here's what most people think that, hey, bachcho ko nahi batao. Kids should not know. In front of the kids, at least, we should pretend that we have a good marriage and we should not let them know.
I think it's a very, very silly idea. I remember one of my very close friends, she had a kid and she was in a bad marriage. And the thing is, when you have a kid, you continue. That is a thought. Ki acha abhi bacche ke liye continue. And I remember talking to her and she was like, I don't know what to do. And I said, listen, he's going to grow up with an idea of marriage which is so skewed because he's seeing that. He's never going to experience real love, real joy, real companionship because he sees, oh, this is what normal marriages are. You need to, he'll be happier. He'll flourish. He will be hurt initially, but he will flourish. He'll have two parents who are saner because they're not together and trying to kill each other.
But then ऐसे नहीं होता है कि kids say that they get scarred more if they live with one parent because they'll always miss the other.
That is if the parents are like fighting and
No,
you know,
if,
making
let's
it
say
really
if there's a
ugly
bad
and saying-
marriage and there's a kid, most women and most mothers, usually I've heard this in India from my friends as well, and a lot of mothers also were spoken to. अरे बच्चे के लिए हमने कर दिया, right? हर चीज हमारे बच्चे के लिए, अब तो यही हमारी उम्मीद है. ये नहीं होते तो हम कब के निकल जाते, हम सांस की क्यों सहते, हम इसकी, all that, right?
Absolutely.
They say this again and again.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they really mean it or no, but they say it like sometimes they say
really
it.
Mean it. They really mean it. But I don't know if the child wasn't. A lot of people do not have. I would not like to say they don't have the strength. They probably have the strength, but they don't have the support
To take an action.
to take an action like that.
So they,
You know, let's say I could take that call because I was earning. I was independent. But somebody who's not independent and her parents are also not going to support her, what is she going to do? Where does she go?
yeah.
Which is what Dil Dhadakne Do was. Ki where would she go?
Because there's, and usually parents don't support of
Yeah.
of the woman.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have an option. Okay. So in this scenario, does she continue or does she stop?
She has to stop.
And then do what?
Oh, start again.
And because
I don't know how, but start again.
this is
Because
what
you
women say.
can't
I've
go
asked this to
on.
multiple people. Okay.
You can't go on like that. It's either he'll kill you or you'll kill yourself. Or as a woman, you'll kill him. Or, you know, vice versa. It's not just that women can have bad marriages. Men can have terrible marriages, you know. A woman could be earning more. What is he going to do? Continue with the fear or with the understanding ke bachcha hai, chalo na chala lete hain. Which is what happens. But you have to get out of it. I mean, I'm not saying divorce is a great thing. But living together, a relationship or a relationship of lies, of hatred, you're being so unfair even to yourself. I mean, you're ruining your own life, the other person's life, and the little one's life. It's like...
But in this Indian family, so-called, let's say, tradition and values, we have this concept that you don't live for yourself. You live for the others. So you are always serving.
Right.
So you're always like, okay, ठीक है, मेरा तो क्या है, but at least my husband is happy.
Yeah.
At least my kids are happy.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
तो आप वो करते हो, let it be.
Yeah.
चलने दो, जो हो रहा है चलने दो. And that's why you...
Just continue.
So you don't think about yourself.
No. Even men.
Even
they
men.
are constantly thinking, I have to take care of my family, my kids. Acha, mera jo
they
hua
kill
wo,
their
at
dreams
least
and
give
everything
their,
is be like, just
give
do
them
this.
a good,
Life
platform, a good life where they can live their dreams. So yeah, it's really sad.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
So people should stop using bad
because
marriages.
At
in
some
front of
point of
kids.
time, you're going to get bitter. And when you get bitter, it's going to show.
And then kids will get scarred.
Absolutely. And kids are going to see that you are unhappy. It's going to be a constant. You know, it's the ghar ka mahol badal jayega. There'll be like constantly somebody's cribbing or fighting or sulking. That's not what anybody wants to live in.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why a lot of kids in today's generation don't want to marry or maybe don't want to settle very early? Because they feel the concept of marriage is so flawed. Because in the previous generation, there was this whole generation where there was a lot of need of pretending to be right in front of society, but inside they were not right. So now a lot of kids are like over this whole concept, be like, hey, I can't pretend. And I've seen all marriages are broken because they've probably seen just 5 marriages. And then their 5 marriages becomes their whole perception of everything.
Right. But no, there are a lot of kids who want to get married, who want to have children.
But number of people who don't want to marry is increasing. Do you think is that the reason? Because they've stopped believing in the relationships?
Also, I think now they're giving more time to themselves, like what we are talking. You know, they're saying, I want to work, I want to be rich, I want to have a successful life, but I want to travel, but I want to have fun. So, isme I don't want to take on added responsibility today. And it goes for men and women. And
both.
they're right. I mean, like, I've told my kids that please don't get married before y'all are 30 and all that. Yeah, please. Like, one of my friends, her daughter's like 25 and she's like, no, I have to look for a guy. I said, are you mad? Like, are you nuts? Educated, beautiful, lovely kid. Why? Matlab, why do you want her to get married? Until she finds the right guy. ऐसे ही शादी करनी होती है. मतलब अलार्म क्लॉक थोड़ी ना है.
But यही सोसाइटी में अलार्म क्लॉक है ना कि करनी ही पड़ चाहिए. बाद में तुम्हें लड़के नहीं मिलेंगे या बाद में तुम्हें लड़कियां नहीं मिलेगी.
Yeah, but I don't think it's there so much, no, now. Maybe because kids are independent enough to take their own calls.
It is there.
Really?
I have seen it in multiple families, and not only talking about tier 2, tier 3, talking about tier 1.
Yeah.
I'm from Indore.
हाँ.
It's a tier 2 city.
हाँ. In fact, tier 1 में ज़्यादा होता है. The pretense is far more.
Far more,
yeah.
right? So I've heard this in one of my friends' family conversation where the mother spoke in front of like 20 friends. And she said, why don't you guys convince her? She's turned 25 now. If she's not gonna decide who to marry right now, she won't be able to find like really good house. In tier 1, so really rich family,
so
and the family is okay. A woman is from a very good institute. She's educated. She's very well educated. US Ivy League se. She's working. She's like from a very, very filthy rich family, and then they talk like this.
But you know, a lot of kids also have this thing that they want to marry early because they want to be able to have fun with their children.
Yeah.
Which makes sense on one side, but at the other part of me keeps saying, like my son says, that he wants to have kids and all that. And he's like, I mean, he has this whole thing of, I will work, I will earn so much that when I have kids, I can stay at home and take care of them and enjoy and all of it. And I want to do it early because then I'll have more years to enjoy with him, which is a fact.
True. I mean, this is one thing which is
like
growing
today,
up,
you know, if he wants to climb the Himalaya, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'll probably reach the base camp, but I can't do that. You know, to be like, so it's like that, which is not completely off.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a new sort of community which people are tagging, which is called DINK. Have you heard of it?
No.
Double income, no kids. So this is a couple where both the partners are working and they are getting double income in the house and they don't have kids. This people have seen that these sort of people also are marrying early because they want to build together.
Yeah.
They are like, we will anyway end up fighting and we will have compatibility issues going forward. We want to solve all of this in our 20s only so that from 30s we can only build together and enjoy together.
Yeah.
Like we want to align our values.
Makes complete
and
sense. And then there is this group which is DINKOD. Double income, no kids, only dogs. That is a separate. I think that is the best.
Okay, coming back to the idea of good marriage. We were talking about bad marriages and how they scar kids. And I think I'll tell you one very interesting thing I read and I want your opinion on that. Do you think that is true or not? I read recently, most of the depressed people in our country are middle-aged housewife women. Okay. So middle-aged women who are housewives, they are most depressed comparatively to others in our country because, and one of the rationales from this, one of the psychologists who wrote this article was, the rationale is that they feel and they've come to an understanding that nobody understands them.
And nobody values them.
And nobody is there to listen to them, value them and understand them. So they don't have anyone to talk to. So they get in this perpetual giving mentality where they're like, all I have to do is serve. And because I always keep serving, I don't have an identity. I don't have an individuality. I don't have anything to talk to or communicate to. That's why it's okay. So they keep suppressing their thoughts. And because they keep suppressing their thoughts, they get into overthinking loop, and that usually is causing them sleeping issues
and all of
self-esteem, and then that's causing them sleeping issues, and then eventually either anxiety or depression.
Right.
So this is like a big issue which is growing on, right? And at the same time, she said they have also seen that men who are middle-aged are also going through the same thing, because they always feel that all they have to do is
provide,
come and earn.
Yeah.
They're not, nothing else is expected out of them.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk to them and hear them out.
True.
So both husband and wife are feeling that nobody is there to talk to them.
Yeah.
And nobody has ever told them that they can talk to each
other.
And they can start talking. And then they are actually growing apart as two individuals. And that is causing major depression.
Yeah.
Do you see this is the case? Do you think there's some reality in this?
I'm absolutely. Absolutely. See, also, till a point of time now, the thing that holds you is the kids. From when they are born to they are 18, 20, 25, till they're 30, your main conversation is the main connect between a husband and wife after the initial romance and all that is the kids. That is what holds them together. And like I remember telling this to Vipul, which is a fact, which happens in a lot of places when the kids were moving abroad. And I told Vipul, I said, either we can really drift apart or we can really come together. You're missing them, I'm missing them. Can we together miss them? It'll be better for us. Which is what we did. Otherwise, it's very easy to drift apart. And I was at least working sporadically, but I was working. For women who don't have any identity, all they do, like you said, is khana banao, ghar ka dhyan rakho. Just that's it. And even if they're not, let's assume they don't have any responsibility at home. Let's assume they have help, they have staff, etc. But it's like, कुछ करती नहीं है या पैसे नहीं कमाती तो इसकी वैल्यू क्या है? And the moment some adult in the family behaves thinking like this, the kids take it from that. So if the father feels like that about the mother, the kids are finally going to start reacting like that until they're much older and they realize, oh, I was it was completely false. So I completely believe this.
It's so because father is feeling, okay, he comes out and there's anger in the father and he says, मैं इतना कर रहा हूँ, मैं इतना कमा रहा हूँ, मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, मेरा पैसा, मेरा ये, मेरा वो, मेरी कोई कदर ही नहीं है. Right?
Yeah.
And then mother feels belittled कि okay, मैं तो कुछ कर नहीं रही हूँ. Okay. And the kids see this. And then usually it's the mother who goes in the room and be like, chalo theek hai, shant ho jao, khatam kar do, and they don't say anything. How do we solve this? Ab isme to overall, if this happens again and again, the kid is seeing that, okay, the women in the house who's not working doesn't have value. And we are raising another generation also to think the same thing.
Yeah. So I genuinely believe this, that if we want our daughters to be safe, to be happy, to be healthy, we have to raise our sons right. And that responsibility depends as much on the mother and the father. Also, now people, suddenly their life, like a woman, she'll make the child and her home and her husband the center focal point of her life.
Exactly.
She doesn't want to go out. She doesn't have friends. The more she doesn't go out, the more her self-esteem gets battered. The more she wants to just stay cooped up in her house, the more she feels, "Arey, meri to koi value hi nahi hai." So if you go out, you feel loved by your friends or you feel like kuch kiya, But it happens to me so many times. I just go into a zone. I don't want to get out of my house. And it's not because I just don't want to get out. So my friends are like, milo to sahi yaar. For so long, you'll just vanish. And otherwise, I'm like, I love my friends and I have a lot of friends. I'm very, not very social person to say. But I have a lot of friends, my close
your
bunch,
close circle.
But that it's my core.
There you go.
But then some days I just disappear.
Because you have a core circle because they listen to you, they don't give you solutions.
Yeah. And sometimes they say, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What a jerk. And sometimes I think that same thing works for men also, na?
Yeah.
Where they're like, हाँ यार, appreciate ही नहीं करती बेवकूफ. So it works for men. And the thing is, it's like a cycle. You are expecting kindness, you're expecting romance, you're expecting sensitivity, But you don't want to give it. You don't want to give it. Why? Because I'm not getting it. Arey, but then somebody will have to start somewhere, na? It's like that.
You talked about it, about men and women, how what you said, and gives me an interesting thing that I wrote a while ago. I was writing a book and I wrote that in how it never made it to a chapter in my book, but it was about how men deal with their problems
versus how
women deal with their problems. Okay, men believes in escapism. And women believes in extraction.
Okay.
So if you talk about, let's say there's a problem, you want your partner to listen to you. You don't want solution. You want the problem to get extracted and be like, okay, listen, this is how I'm feeling.
Bifurcate it.
Exactly. Let's break it down. This is how I was feeling. This is what you said that triggered me. Next time we should not do this. You want to like just make sure that other person listening to you and you will feel good automatically. All you want is just extract it. You don't want solution out of it. Men either want to solve it and go away or be like, "Arey chodo kar lenge." Like they don't want to be there just and solve this and extract this. So there's a very different thing, and that reflects in their core groups as well. When women are with their core group, women talk about, hey, here's my problem, and 20 other women also talking about the same thing. And everybody will make it one discussion point and everybody will talk.
And everyone will identify.
Everybody will identify. Men with their 5 people will talk about, acha ye hua, okay. लेकिन ये देखा क्या? Like completely they'll escape.
They'll talk about their beer, they'll talk about their cricket, they'll talk about
they'll talk about any random thing. Any random thing. They wanna, for them the bigger issue is कि मतलब ये बैटिंग करेगा कि नहीं करेगा. Their issue is not how going
and business.
Whatever. Like it's either their business, work, politics, whatever.
It's a fact.
So for men, escapism work. For women, extraction work. And this is what men and women need to learn about each other. This conversation I was having with my sister, and she said, this is one habit which I don't like about my boyfriend, fiance, and now going to be husband, right? I was like, then are you sure that you can live with this habit for the rest of your life? And she's like, no, but he'll improve.
Oh,
I was like, hello.
No. Exactly. And the worst is, बच्चा होने के बाद सुधर जाएगा. हैं? क्यों? मतलब कैसे?
हाँ, कि वो बोली sense of responsibility.
कोई नहीं,
I was
कुछ
like,
नहीं.
Hey.
Either you have it or you don't have it.
I'm like, and I said this to my sister that I'm not saying this as your brother. I'm saying this as another man. Who knows my whole biradari very well. If मुझे ये नहीं लग रहा कि एक पूरी मैं एक नई लाइफ मेरी फैमिली में ला रहा हूँ और ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है, तो मेरा बच्चा मेरे लिए कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं बनने वाला. यही बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी.
Also, now the difference also again I feel is that earlier people got married early, so they didn't have the maturity. When you're older, you realize, "Arey, what am I doing here? I need to change." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on, we're living together. Abhi roz jhagda karke jiyenge. Like, let's, we have to adjust and whatever. But when you're younger, you're just like, what I'm doing is right. And the person who starts adjusting is always the one who's adjusting. Like, I genuinely believe in a relationship, one person always loves more than the other person. It's never equal. And I would always be the one who loved more. Though if I had to tell my children, I would say be the one who gets loved more.
Wow.
Yeah, बहुत ज्ञान दे दिया यार.
नहीं, but why do you say so? I want to know more. Because you would say to your kids that be the one who would get loved more.
Yeah.
But you're the one who would always love more.
Yeah. So I always felt let down. My best friend had told me that. She said, Chef, all of us friends get together. We won't be able to reciprocate as much as you give to us. So everyone's going to fall short in front of your eyes. Always. Nobody will be able to match up. So it was like, And on the other hand, like I am this, expressive, whatever person, animated, whatever. And Vipul is
calm, zen.
Babs, the maid, the help of the house left. Okay. Babs, I think I'm going to do the film. Okay. But tomorrow's the shoot and I'm backing out today. Okay. Babs, I have cancer. Okay. Babs, I'm running away and getting married to somebody else. Okay. Everything is like this. Everything is like this. It's like, matlab, kuch to react karo yaar.
Have you ever struggled in your marriage?
Of course.
What was the biggest
Whoever
struggle?
hasn't, I would really wonder if that marriage was even like, was it a marriage? Were you all living together? Or
What was your biggest struggle in marriage?
My biggest struggle, like I said, is that I'm extremely expressive. I'm extremely animated. I want to talk. I want to make a big deal about everything. Good, bad, ugly. You know, so if you tell me your toe is hurt, I will give you as much importance as if you are in a hospital. That is who I am. That is how I'm built. While Vipul is the complete opposite. Like he's... So
Zen.
that has been a major thing between us. You know, like it's constantly been, you don't give me time. You don't give me attention. That.
Nothing bothers, like nothing matters to you.
Nothing matters to you.
This is not important. Ye kya hai?
Yeah. Then when he used to come from work, you know, he'd go watch his TV and I would be like, you don't talk to me. So anytime we were sitting in front, I would be like, or you know, we would get into this, I need to talk to you. So वो line सुन के या तो वो डर जाता था या मैं डर जाती थी.
Have you ever felt that you are in your house living with someone else, but living on your own? In your own world?
Yeah.
You ever felt that?
Yeah. Many times. You just land up living like...
It's like, you living your own
tenants,
life and they are living their own life.
Yeah. But
Think so?
again, like I said, it depends on what age you are. Like today, we can comfortably I'll be in my room reading, you can sit and watch your film. And we are fine. It's not like we have to stick together and sit all the time. You know, it's really fine. But earlier, it would be a big deal for me.
So here's my next set of questions on this because you've had your whole journey. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few advice, suggestive sort of questions based on experience you have had. But before that, I want to say something because I've had this theory and tell me whether you agree with this or no. So I feel every long-standing relationships should tick these 4 C's. So first is connection. That you should instantly feel that that spark, that connection, that there has to be thing that, okay, we both align with each other.
Right.
That's the first step. Then there should be a little bit of chemistry.
Right.
That every time you look at this
like
person,
fireworks.
you firework, you want to tease, you want to spark, right?
Yeah.
These are the 2 things which are basic. This is what happens with most of the people you're going to meet if they're attractive in their own world.
Right.
This will happen.
Right.
But the short term gets long term when you attach compatibility to it.
True.
So third is you need to test compatibility. Are you both ready to adjust with each other or no?
Right.
And when you make this long-term relationship and you want this to continue, the fourth and the most important thing, which I feel both the partners mess up big time, is celebration.
I agree.
They stop celebrating little things.
I agree.
They start taking the other partner
For granted.
I wouldn't even say granted. They just feel like, hey, this is with me. This is it.
Yeah.
There's
I don't
nothing
need
to
to
be
work
celebrated for. Like, I don't
True.
need to celebrate my little tea with her.
Right.
I don't need to celebrate my, let's say, my big movie day with her. Or I don't need to celebrate like a dinner date with her.
Right.
It just, she's she.
Yeah.
What Rose Day, what Valentine's. Right. And I think that's where people mess up.
Yeah.
The little celebration, if you make sure that it keeps going on, then only the other 3 C's work out, or else it won't.
I agree. I completely agree with you.
You agree with this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I used to think about it because I read relationships a lot. And I would always look at my mom and dad and be like, what are the good things I can learn and what are the bad things I want to avoid? And then I would do that with my relationships as well. And because I was fortunate to be surrounded with women in my life, that my sisters, my mother, my buddy ma. So I was always seen from the women's perspective, and I saw and I felt somewhere that in India specifically, I can't talk about abroad, women are very less celebrated in the houses.
Yeah.
So I feel that is one like really thing which people need to start doing.
I really agree with you.
Yeah, you do.
I do absolutely agree with you. So recently we were, so Aryaman had gotten some flowers and a little gift for his girlfriend. So, I told him later, I said, don't ever stop that. I remember, we had gone out for dinner, all four of us, and we were doing something and whatever. But dinner ke liye gaye the 4 jan. And I remember Maurya saying that. He said, Mom, you're the only one who keeps things alive. We are all chill. We're like, हाँ ठीक है, okay, whatever. What's the need to go out, or where's the need to do this? So it's very important. Don't change that, which is a fact. And it takes a lot of effort to maintain it, huh? Because when you're not getting it, na, सामने से, you also become like that. True. To hell with it, मुझे भी नहीं करना.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Wow. You have put me in deep thoughts of everyone who's trying to celebrate and keep things chill around me.
And this is just
and I'm trying to kill it. Because I'm just too focused and ambitious.
And the thing is, it's just, forget you're doing it for someone else. It's like, I looked forward to this chat. I was really looking forward to it. I'm having a great time. That's how I want to do this. It's not just like, acha, I've come, I do this regularly, or, it's not like that. So I remember during the lockdown, my birthday, and the way Aryaman and Maurya did it for me, all three of them, it was really sweet. So
what did they do?
So they gave me a basket. Until evening, I'm thinking, kuch nahi hai, what, like, I was like, and I get very phudak about my birthday. Like, I start telling people every day, अरे मेरा birthday आ रहा है, विपुल को phone करके याद दिलाओ. Like, I plan my own surprise parties. I decide who's going to come, what flowers I will do, all of that. So I was very like, So they've given me this big basket, which has obviously come from my house only. Some Diwali ki basket hogi. It's gotten a note which says, welcome to the beach party. You need to wear this, you need to have this, you need to have this, you need to have this. In that basket, there is one beach dress of mine, my flip-flops, my one bracelet and anklet, because I like wearing anklets, and some flowers in that basket. So it was like, you have to go and dress up like that.
Cute.
And then they had done the table, they had actually done the table the way I would do it, like candles and all of
Properly.
that. And then they said, okay, now you can go for your party. So outside the TV room, den or whatever, you have to show your entry card and all that. So I showed my entry card and I went inside, and they'd planned a Zoom, and all my friends were in beach dresses with flowers and a drink. So it was so lovely. So I have to give it to them.
That is so
it was
cute.
really sweet.
Really good.
It was really sweet.
Okay. Question so you have to give advice to kids, your kids, or everybody who's gonna get married now. When to marry? When do you think is the right time to marry?
I think not early, for sure. You're very tempted to doing it in the first year or two, because it's like you're at the height of your romance. That's probably the worst time to get married, I feel.
So you should date for how long?
You can date for as long. You can have a live-in relationship, and you'd rather have a live-in relationship and understand what it is to be married. It's a different ball game altogether.
Why?
Because it's not as romantic as it seems. It's a lot of adjustment. It's dealing with each other. Suddenly, it's not all beautiful and pretty and all that. You're farting and burping, and you're like kicking each other, and one is snoring and one is like, what the hell is going on? It's like, it's a lot of adjustment. And it's not just with marriage. I mean, today, if I was supposed to stay with my parents, it would be very difficult for me to stay with my parents. So it's like, you have to, with my best friend, let's say I would stay for 3 days, 5 days, 1 week, 10 days. Uske baad hoga ki chalo yaar, matlab, like, let's figure. Now it's not a holiday anymore. So, yeah, I think it's a lot. It's very
So how long what do you think should minimum at least date each other before they even think of getting married?
I think at least 4-5 years, yeah. And I think more than how many years they're dating, it depends on how old they are. So if they've started at 18 and 4-5 years में 22-25 की उम्र में शादी करने वाला, तो बेवकूफ हो. मतलब, you don't know your elbow from your ass. You're still trying to get a footing in your career, in your own independent space. Enjoy that. give it. And doesn't mean you'll have to break up. But doesn't mean we have to like get married and, nikal pade. So I think it depends more on the age of the person rather than the age of the relationship.
So age of the person, you feel late 20s or 30s?
Yeah.
Early 20s तो should know.
But bilkul nahi.
So late 20s or 30s or mid 30s type.
Yeah.
That's, I think people, if they want to marry, they should do that.
Yeah.
Do you think marriage is important in today's world? No? You can be alone and be happy? Yeah. Really? You don't need a companion or
No, I need a companion. But there are a lot of people who don't need companions.
You
who
think
are very
people can
happy
live?
and like there are workaholics. There are people who are traveling, who can have lots of friends, who can have probably what you call it friends with benefit. But I don't even know what friends with benefit means, because if you're not committed to someone else and if you're having sex with somebody, I don't see what the problem is. Unless you're committed and say, okay, this is what it is. Or if you're just having fun, dating, there's nothing wrong in that. Unless you're committed to somebody else. But I just feel that I forgot what I feel.
No, I was saying that I'm a workaholic. I'm extremely workaholic. I'm extremely ambitious. And I think I've not even achieved 1% of what I'm going to achieve because I know what I'm going to do in the next 10 years. Right? But I need someone when I go home.
That's
need
great.
that partner. I need that touch.
And
I need that feel,
feel
because
everyone does.
I feel that there's a part of me which is going to be, which I feel like there's little loneliness.
Yeah.
And I want to share those moments with somebody. Like who to call when I achieve something.
Right.
Who to call when I'm going through sad
things. Like
I need that. I feel like I need that one person. So I was just talking about even if I'm a workaholic extreme. I work like 18, 19 hours a day. And that's like a normal day for me. I don't even complain about it. And then even after that, for 5 minutes, I need to talk to someone.
Right.
So I feel there's a sense of belongingness which I need at one place. It can be, you can have this relationship with your brother, sister, father, mother, or a partner or somebody, but I need someone. I need a sense of family in my house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I need partner, I need family. I don't need everybody. I'm an extreme family person. So I would need all these 5-6 people in my life minimum. But other people who stay away from relationships because they're scarred in some way.
Maybe they're not scarred. Maybe they're just not ready for it. Or maybe
when do you think a person is ready for a relationship?
Like, for example, again, it depends on age. And secondly, it has to be inherent in you. It really, I think, has to be inherent. Like,
you feel it's inherited कि मुझे किसी के साथ नहीं रहना, मुझे अकेले ही रहना है?
Yeah, there are some people who are loners, who are very happy with their own life. And there are some people who, want to, like, if I was given an option to go out and party every night or meet strangers and network over sitting at home in a pajama with my best friends, I would choose sitting at home. But that's me.
But there are other people who
There are other people who want to be seen, who want to go out, who want to dress up every evening, who want to, network, want to be photographed. So that's their choice.
Question on that. Do you think people who love extreme social life and are chasing constant newness should not settle with one person early?
I feel anyone shouldn't settle early because you really don't know. You've met one person at the age of 16 or 18 or 20, fallen in love, decided to spend the rest of your life. 1 minute. At a point of time you reach where you don't want to spend time with your own self. Forget another person. So you have to, what you feel at 18 cannot be what you will feel at 25. Give yourself that much time. Secondly, if you haven't met people, how will you know? You have to meet people at least. I'm not saying you have to date everyone. But like you get into a relationship and then get obsessed with it. Like, yahi hai. I think it's silly, no?
But people who are 30s, let's say, and they love going out and partying every day and meeting hundreds of people and they love meeting strangers. Do you think they should settle with one person?
They can still settle with one person. But if they are dead sure that this is not what I want, then... if that is a life that attracts them or that is what they can live with on a day-to-day basis, so be it. Because it really varies from person to person.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Now the question is who to marry.
Oh
How
God.
do you decide?
That you can't decide. That is one,
But
like
कैसे पता
that
चलता
gamble
है?
you play.
अरे बहुत बड़ा gamble है.
Yeah.
ऐसे में
No,
बोलो
but
बहुत
that's
बड़ा
what I'm
gamble.
saying. If you'll end up
What are the
spending a
signs?
couple
Like,
of...
at what time, at what point do you know that this is the person I want to marry? I might date. So a normal human being might end up dating 5 people, might end up feeling spark with 5 people, might end up seeing that पांचों की अलग-अलग problems है, तो किसी एक problem के साथ में वो deal करना ही पड़ेगा. So what is the point, or what is that one thing, or what is the 5-6 thing that you look for? It's like, okay, this is the person I can marry and I should marry.
If your basic values are the same. Like
What do
you're
you mean by
saying, like
basic
for
values?
example, you're talking about this guy who's a party animal, okay? Who does not want to stay at home. And you're talking about a girl who's brought up in a very close-knit family, who wants to be home, who wants... Now, this is going to be a disaster. It's like evident. It's not rocket science, you know.
So what are
Or
3-4 values?
Respect. I think how they want to spend their life. Like if one person is extremely ambitious and one person is very happy and satisfied with itna hai, then, you know, because a lot of times what happens is when you're so ambitious, you tend to overlook
The needs of
the
others.
needs of others. So that would obviously be an imbalanced relationship. Or, you know, if somebody is like so homebound or so like dharguti to say that I don't want to grow with you. You know, so it's an imbalance. There is going to be adjustment. There will be, matlab, let's say 50-50 to nahi hoga. Ek 60 hoga, ek 40 hoga. But if you're going to do like 10 and then 100, then there is like, I think it's a little unrealistic. Yeah.
You know, a lot of entrepreneurs around the world say that if you are really ambitious, you should have a partner who's not so ambitious so that you can balance each other out, and that partner can support you in building your world, not have her own career. Do you think that's true? Like, it's the idea is if you marry, and that's same with the girl as well. If you as a woman are extremely ambitious, get a guy who is not so ambitious, because he can support you in your journey, not have his own set of problems. Because if you both are really ambitious in 2 different fields, you both will grow apart, because you will both have your own problems to deal with. You'll never fill each other.
No, why should that be?
Anything?
I mean, I don't see what is the problem. I can understand that if one person
So I'll tell you loose comments around this, okay? And tell me if you feel right or wrong. So Narayan Murthy's wife said one thing, okay? I'm a fan of Sudha Murthy, by the way. And she said that if you marry a really ambitious entrepreneur, you will end up becoming a secretary to him, right? And then there's Dr. Velumani, who built Thyrocare. He said that behind every successful man, the wife becomes the secretary for him, and for every unsuccessful man, the secretary becomes the wife. So
wow.
He was just like making a loose comment around it.
Right.
Both of them have some sense of just telling that, hey, you need a partner who is fulfilling you in some way.
But why can't they take turns?
I'm asking you the same thing, but I'm talking about like 2 people who the country looks up to. And there are endless examples. I can keep going on and on and on. Do you think that it's true or wrong? It can be their perspective. It might have helped them. I'm not calling them wrong or right.
It would probably be working for the ego. I mean, it would definitely work for somebody's ego to think, oh, I'm superior.
No, they don't think that they're superior. Both of them have extreme admiration for their women and for their wife and for their partners. They extremely love, and they put both of their partners to the pedestal. But they, after reaching a point, and they agree that if their wives wouldn't have been the kind of partner, they wouldn't have achieved what they've achieved. But they feel that you should, it goes with women also. You should have a non-ambitious partner if you're super ambitious, because then 2 ambitious people won't be able to serve each other. They'd only be serving their careers.
I don't exactly agree with this. No.
You think 2 ambitious people can serve each other. I'm
Yeah.
just asking a question on behalf of what I've seen.
I think they can.
I think any combination can work.
Exactly.
But I'm asking you. Yeah.
Provided they want it to work.
Exactly.
Of course, also that ambitious person, usko agar equivalent या let's say 60% work and 40% family important hai, तो the other one being a 60-40 ulta reverse can work.
Yeah.
But if the ambitious person is like मुझे शादी नहीं करनी, मुझे घर ही नहीं आना, तो फिर तो obviously you
problem
can't,
है.
मतलब y'all can't be together. Also, why not? It's like you are growing together in your home, on your kids. It's the same goal.
Yeah.
What is wrong if you have different goals?
Yeah.
I'll celebrate yours and you celebrate mine.
True.
You support me and I support you. And if we are both busy at the same time, get out of my face. Yeah, just let me do what I'm doing.
Yeah. I feel all of these ideas of being ambitious, non-ambitious and everything, I think every combination can work.
Yeah.
If both are ambitious can work, both are non-ambitious can work,
Yeah.
one is ambitious, everything can work.
Yeah.
Provided their base values are same as you said.
Yeah.
If they both want to make it work, it'll work.
Exactly. You
Because I
want to
feel-
make it work, it'll work.
Because I feel as no matter who you are as human beings today, you will grow out to be different individuals in the next 5 years.
And that's that's the beauty, right? You have to grow. Change is the only constant,
Yeah.
like they say.
Exactly.
It's the only constant. It's going to change. And your relationship is going to evolve, like it does with your kids, like it does with your parents. So what is so difficult?
So who to marry is value system aligned.
Yeah.
Value system is, do we respect, do we both have this attitude that we want to make it work? Do we both know that we want certain things in our life and we want to stick to that path and we both are okay with what we want?
Also at home, it's very important that in this house, are we going to be equal? Are we going to respect each other? Are we going to contribute as much?
Okay. Last 2-3 questions. Right. First is, we talked about who to marry, when to marry. We didn't talk about red flags in the marriage. There has to be a point where somebody decides that this relationship isn't working. What are the red flags in a relationship?
I think it's respect in a very big way, because I may love you today and not say this, but tomorrow maybe I don't love you as much. But if I have it inherently to respect anybody, like I said, for example, agar you can talk badly to a server, you're capable of talking badly to someone else. Your base is wrong. So you're going to value somebody according to the position that they're working at, the money that they're earning, or what? You automatically start weighing it.
So that's a big red flag.
It is.
People discriminating.
Yeah, and somebody trying to completely change you upside down.
What do you mean by that?
Like I had somebody who told me that, what curtains do you want? I said white. And he said, are you mad? You need to see a shrink. There's something off in your head. And I started believing it. And this happened about everything. So everything, according to me, was my mistake. And that really, really played a terrible part in my self-esteem. You're constantly beating one person down. If you were thinner, you would look really nice. And I was really thin at that point of time. So, that stuff like that.
So everything becomes about change yourself, your body, your mindset, the way you look, the way you talk,
so
the way you dress.
I am ruling you. Basically, I'm controlling you.
So you need to come up to my standards and change yourself to become
and the
a
thing
better
is that if my standard was so low, why did you fall in love with me? And I'm saying for both, for men and women. Even women can be very judgmental and be like, whatever.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So it's for everyone. And in any relationship. I'm saying maa baap, maa beta, baap beta, It's every relationship.
So red flags are respect, change. What else? Give me one more.
Respect, change.
Like the way you respect others and everyone is one red flag. Second is if the other person wants you to change completely.
Yeah.
That's the second red flag. What's the third one?
If you're not good enough. If you're constantly made to believe you're not good enough.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you're not good enough, I was like,
it's like
hey,
a constant
the problem is me.
reminder of you're not good. Exactly.
Hmm.
Matlab, I'm not even in a position to make a personal comment to you. So you know that I'm just making a comment, but it's offensive.
True.
I mean, हर चीज में तो गलत नहीं हो सकती ना. Everything में तो मैं गलत नहीं हो सकता.
If you're constantly told that you're not enough.
Yeah, you're not. Oh,
yeah.
You should try it. And that it comes in a very interesting way. Like it doesn't have to just necessarily come, you're not doing this right. It could, you could do this better. Yeah, but try this. So it's like a constant picking on somebody's head. I mean, if we do that to a child, we are going to mess with that child's psyche.
You feel optimizers. So I call these kind of people optimizers, over optimizers. So stay away from them.
Yeah.
हर चीज को optimize करना होता है उनको. मतलब हर चीज को ये थोड़ा और better हो जाएगा, ये थोड़ा और हो जाएगा, ये थोड़ा और हो जाएगा, ये थोड़ा इसमें ये भी कमी. Like they just feel constantly everything needs to be optimized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just not good enough.
You're not good enough.
Yeah.
It's so over optimizers se dur ho.
It's very demeaning. Yeah.
Okay, last question of the day. This has to be probably, I think you saw it coming, or this has to be the most cliche question or something. But I really want to know your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have chosen roles which are so progressive and shown women as a fierce character and a lead role, right?
Mm.
So I want to know your opinion on, and I asked this to too many people because I'm not able to come to conclusion. What do you think about movies like Animal? We should have them or no? Do you think they have bad impact?
Well, Mother India didn't get everyone to respect Mother India. So if it's not going to have equal amount of good impact, how can you put all the responsibility of the world on one film? I did Delhi Crime. Does it mean all the rape stopped? You're putting too much on any film. You know, and this is a question, not just with Animal. It's always like, you know, if they're doing, item number karte hain, so we are showing a wrong, what is it? What is the word? Objectifying a woman, etc., etc. But the woman is agreeing to do it. Nobody put a gunpoint on her head and said, ye karo, nahi to tumko goli maar denge. Aisa to nahi bola hai. And yes, there is somebody who is dancing and singing, but there is another part where you show how much a son respects his mother, or how strong it is, or how right and wrong it is. It's not like you take all the lessons. So if you can't take the good, why should I expect that meri film se ya mere project se ye, you know, sab bura meri wajah se seekhega. So I think it's unrealistic. I really think it's really unrealistic to put any kind of burden on one particular film.
Do you think there's no harm in making these kind of movies?
I think first,
movies are people should take movies as movies.
I feel there is a creative expression, and it's a democratic creative expression. You can like it, you can not like it, completely respect your choice. But ye mat dikhao, ye dikhao. Arey?
So I started justifying movies ko movies jaise dekhna chahiye. You should not make movies character complete character. You should think about all the background.
Yeah.
And then we had an activist on podcast, and she was talking about that in villages, in tier 3, tier 4 places, people try to ape exactly what the star did in a movie.
Fair enough.
So that's why they don't want these movies there.
I agree.
और उस टाइम पे मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव थोड़ा चेंज हुआ कि यार ये तो सही बोल रही है, मतलब अब क्या, because she was talking about that there was so somebody raped a woman, okay, in I think somewhere in north, and then that guy asked this woman to lick his boot and he wanted to record that. Okay. And probably कुछ ego tassel होगा कॉलेज में, उस लड़की को उसने मना कर दिया होगा, उस लड़के ने whatever, and then he did that and made, क्योंकि उसने किसी मूवी में देख लिया, right? And she was like कि now you tell me कि do you think it's not impacting? So I got again in a dilemma. It's like whether should we like have this kind of creative freedom or no? And to me that was a very important point that she highlighted. And but
then why are they not I agree
and
with her.
I get it, and I'll ask you one core question, right? So to defend that argument or something, out of curiosity, I asked her a very important question, which I feel as a podcaster I should have done, and I did it. And I asked her this after she was telling me an incident of what happened. I asked her, then are you telling me that in the countries where they show like what I asked her, like what are the countries where they treat women really right? So she said Middle East में women को अच्छे से treat करते हैं, मतलब number of rape cases are very less. Okay, so मैंने बोला फिर but Middle Eastern सारी movies तो objectify करती हैं बहुत ज़्यादा women को. उनकी जो सारी movies होती है उसमें belly dancers etc. objectifying is extreme high कि every celebration is a women pleasing sexually to all the men sitting around, right? तो मतलब फिर तो objectifying हो रहा है तो उस society में मतलब कुछ तो अच्छा हो रहा है. Objectify कर रहे हैं तो भी लोग उधर number of कम है, तो I think law and order is a problem, not creative expression. So this is my question, and we both were just questioning, but that made me curious about कि यार maybe she's right and maybe there's other side as well.
I agree with what she's saying, but at the same time, if you are going to imbibe your star, why are you not imbibing the good quality of the star?
These people, so यही question था.
You know, like those people are like, okay, this guy did this, I'm going to do this badtamizi. But that same guy, that same star in another movie did something really good. Why are you not looking at that?
Thank you so much for being here. It was lovely talking to you.
It was wonderful talking to you. इतनी बात तो मेरे घर वालों ने भी नहीं की.
See, I told you. I'm a good listener. No?
You're a good boy.
That's it. But thank you so much. You were a gem and you shared so many things with us. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm going to be like Gyani Baba now.
There you go. New image you have.
I've arrived.
Thank you so much for watching this episode till the end. Please in the comments give me feedback because your feedback will help us grow into a better person, and that's how we'll be able to build this podcast in a better way. So let us know, what did you like, what you didn't like, what are the kind of guests that you want to see, and we will work towards that. Until next episode, keep figuring out, and don't forget to share this with at least one person and subscribe this channel. Thank you.